Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to compare some AR precision rifle stocks. But first, let's go over what a precision rifle stock is. With a regular rifle-like stock, there's really no adjustments you can make to it. But with a precision rifle stock, you can make 3 or more adjustments. With the precision stock, you can adjust your length of pull. You can also adjust your cheek or comb height. And you can adjust the height and angle of the butt pad in the rear. Some also come with an attachment point for a monopod. Now all these adjustments are for the shooter, so the shooter can quickly get behind his rifle, attain the proper eye relief, and get consistency, because with precision shooting, consistency is key. Now these aren't all the precision rifle stocks that are out there available today, but I chose 4 that you see pretty often, and the other 2 you don't see that often. Now first I'm going to go over the Magpul Gen 2 and Gen 3 PRS butt stocks. Now the Gen 2 and Gen 3 PRS stock both have cheek height adjustments, like the pull adjustments, and they both have an area to attach a monopod to. But this is where they differ. The Gen 2 has an area of Picatinny rail underneath this cover here that is flat. With the Gen 3 you have to buy an additional M-lock rail section, and then the area here is angled, and it's going to shorten your monopod's adjustment by a little bit. But now with the Gen 3 PRS stocks, you can adjust the height and angle of the butt pad, so that's a plus. Now the last difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3 PRS stocks is the fact that Gen 3 can be used with a rifle length buffer tube or a carbine length buffer tube. And this part of the stock right here, it actually comes with 2 of these, one for the rifle length and one for the carbine length. Now even though the Gen 3 gives you the option to attach it to a carbine length buffer tube, I would advise against that. I would much prefer attaching it to a rifle length buffer tube because it's threaded at the end and it makes for a more solid and secure attachment. Now I personally like the Gen 2 PRS stocks over the Gen 3s because, for one, the Gen 2 is heavier, so it's going to soak up a little bit more recoil. And second, it already comes with its own Picatinny rail section, so you don't have to buy an extra one. And it's flat, it's not angled. Now I'm going to build another low receiver for precision rifle shooting for other calibers, and that's what I'm going to put the Gen 3 PRS stock on. So later I'll give you my thoughts on comparing the Gen 2 to the Gen 3 with actual use. Alright, so the next 2 stocks we're going to go over is the KFS Industries Tech Mod stock and the CAA Multi-Position Sniper stock. Now the Tech Mod stock has a cheek height adjustment, a length of pull adjustment, and butt pad height and cant adjustments, and comes with its own buffer tube. Now I don't have hands-on experience with this one, but I know people that do, and they're shooters that know what they're doing. The only thing I really don't see is an attachment point for like a monopod, but I'm sure there's one out there. Now let's look at the CAA Multi-Position Sniper stock. Now it has a butt pad adjustment, and it comes with its own monopod, and it has a comb/cheek height adjustment. Now along with the cheek height adjustment, it can also adjust forward for different shooters, I guess. But with that, there's not a lot of support underneath the forward area here when you adjust it. I don't really like that. But again, with it being a precision stock, it has a length of pull adjustment. With this length of pull adjustment, you can see as you adjust it out, you get less and less area of support, which is again something I don't like. Now the last 2 stocks we'll go over is the Luth AR MBA stock and the KFS Industries Viper Modular stock. Now the Luth AR stock is pretty popular, and for good reason. It's essentially a Magpul PRS stock that's been skeletonized. It again comes with a cheek height adjustment and length of pull adjustment. Now in addition to the cheek height adjustment, you can actually move the cheek piece forward and rear, kind of like the CAA Sniper stock, but it actually keeps its support as you move it forward or back. And seeing as the MBA stock is modular, you can go and buy the fixed stock like it is here, and then add your cheek height adjustment and your length of pull adjustment at a later date. Now Luth AR also has carbine precision rifle stock. Again, it has a cheek height adjustment and a length of pull adjustment, but you can also adjust the butt pad up and down. And it also comes with a built-in Picatinny rail for monopods. And there's also an adjustment screw so you can lock it down and take all the wiggle out of it. But again, I wouldn't choose a carbine length buffer tube for a precision rifle build. Now the new Viper Modular stock from KFS Industries is essentially just like a fixed rifle stock, but instead of attaching to a rifle length buffer tube, this one also attaches to a carbine length buffer tube, but it actually secures it in a better way than the other 2 that just attach themselves to a carbine length buffer tube. Now the modular portion of it, you're able to adjust its length of pull with these sections here. You add them or you take them away, but you won't get that fine adjustment that you will with the others. So you're going to have to install it with the length of pull that you want from the start. Now the way it attaches is this first section right here. It slides on and it fits up against the castle nut and end plate. Then you add as many sections as you need to get the proper length of pull adjustment, and then you drop this nut plate in that fits in the adjustment detents of the carbine buffer tube. And then you thread a long screw into that nut plate to secure the stock in position. And for a stock that uses a carbine buffer tube, it's a pretty solid attachment. Now, Strike Industries also makes a monopod for this rifle, and when the monopod isn't in use, you can also stow it in this area here. And you can also get a thicker butt pad for it. Now, unlike the other precision rifle stocks in this video, this Viper modular stock from Strike Industries doesn't have a cheek height adjustment. Now I'm going to use the same grading scale that I used for the Hera Arms thumbhole stock review. So let's start off with the Magpul Gen 2 and Gen 3 PRS stocks. I'd give them both an A because Magpul is pretty much the standard nowadays. And no, mil-spec is not the standard. That's bare minimum. The KFS Tech Mod stock is going to get an A as well, because it has all your adjustments. It's solid. In the competition, you might want that lightweight when you're lugging it around. Now for the Luth AR MBA stock, we're gonna have to go between an A and a B, so a B plus, because it's got everything you need. It's lighter than the Magpul PRS stocks, and it's also very affordable. Now the Strike Industries Viper modular stock doesn't have all the adjustments for a PRS stock, so I'm gonna have to give it a C plus. Because it's very affordable. It has a few of the adjustments needed, and it looks like they could possibly add a comb height adjustment at some point in the future. And then last we got that CAA multi-position sniper stock. The polymer is okay, and it has all the adjustments for a PRS stock. But when it comes to some of the adjustments, I don't think they're solid enough, and the price would suggest it's in the snob category, but it's just not. I'm gonna have to give it a C plus as well. Now let's go over the prices of the stocks. The most expensive stock is that CAA multi-position sniper stock. It's coming in at $430. It's pretty pricey for that thing, but if you want to get it, feel free. Next comes the KFS Tech Mod stock, and that's around $250. Then we have the Magpul Gen 3 PRS stock sitting around $230. Then you have the Magpul Gen 2 PRS stock, and I've been able to find it for $200 or just under, now that the Gen 3s are out. Next comes the Luth AR MBA stock, which can be found for around $130, which is very affordable for what you're getting. Now if you want to get the base rifle stock and maybe add the cheek height adjustment and the length of pull adjustment later, you're only looking at $50. That's very affordable. And the least expensive of all the stocks is the Viper Fixed modular stock from Strike Industries. Now adding the monopod and the rubber butt pad is going to cost a little bit extra. The butt pad is $15 and the monopod is $20. Well, that's about it for this video, guys. As always, if you like the video, hit that like button and feel free to share it, guys. Also, if you guys like my content and would like to support it, head on over to ballisticink.com/collections/Fitty_actual and pick up some merch designed by me. It's a great way to support the video production and get something physical in return. I do also have a Patreon account if you'd like to help that way too. Don't forget to stop by the Facebook page because we usually have a fun time there. Well, that's it, guys. Laters.